Karma and Quantum Entanglement. We're going to talk about karma and its link to quantum entanglement. Karma is not a punishment or a debt to be repaid by lifetimes of reincarnations. There are many misunderstandings about what karma really is. By knowing all this, it will help us to be aware of what kind of karma we're creating for ourselves and the understanding of karma and quantum entanglement on a deeper level for spiritual growth. This topic will bring us to explore the link between spirituality and science, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. It's going to be a long topic, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Let's dive in right now. Karma essentially sprouted from one of the universal laws, which is the law of cause and effect. As the name hinted at the fact that everything will be affected by a cause and a corresponding effect will follow after it, which means that whatever that was caused will definitely create an effect. There is no escaping. Be a good karma where a good cause arises that creates a good effect, or a bad karma which was due to a bad cause and then a bad effect ensued. The term karma in Sanskrit refers to both the executed deed, work, action, act, and the intent. This goes to show that the deed or action or the act itself does accompany the intent or the motivation behind the action. So for instance, even if one is doing a good deed, perhaps by charity donation, but if the ultimate motivation behind this deed was out of selfish reason, then this karma will not contribute to a good karma. It all depends on both the deed and the intent behind it. So what has it got to do with quantum entanglement? Conventional science proposes that everything is traveling at the speed of light, of which Albert Einstein's famous theory of special relativity, E equals to mc squared, which is an explanation of how speed affects mass, time, and space. His theory postulated that light is traveling at a constant speed regardless of the observation. Speed of light is almost 300 million meters per second. Hence, in conventional science as proposed by Albert Einstein, nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. To reiterate this point, this means that the sun, which was 93 million miles away, will have its sunlight traveling at the speed of light that would take 8 1/3 minutes to get to us. In other words, when you look at the sun, it was 8 minutes ago. This theory had surfaced in the fundamental scientific world since 1905, after he first publicly declared the relativity theory to the world. It was widely accepted as the mainstream science moving forward until quantum science came along and made things look mysterious. Quantum physics or quantum science, which means the same thing, has two prominent figures in history who were regarded as founding fathers were Niels Bohr and Max Planck, who brought light to how things mysteriously change once we study the extent to which it goes all the way down below the scale of atoms. Quantum physics was made famous later on by Thomas Young and Erwin Schrödinger through the double-slit experiment and the Schrödinger's cat experiment, respectively. The behavior of nature started to baffle scientists once we started to see quantum matter exhibiting both as wave and also matter, which is particle duality. This is the famously quoted wave-particle duality. This defies the notion of matter being a wave where it cannot exist as both states, but just one state in nature, which is matter. This is fundamental information that was given to us, and we were accepting this as truth for the longest time. However, quantum science, which is also mathematically proven and has solved many mysteries of nature by the very fact that matter can exist as wave, which is energy, in a superposition state. Superpositioning means that everything is existing at a suspension of both possibilities, matter or wave. Niels Bohr, who came up with the Copenhagen theory, says that when a quantum particle's property is measured, it will immediately collapse it into the classical conventional science world of objectivity. The strange and mysterious quantum property, wave-matter duality, will never exist again. At the point of collapse, the quantum math equations that were postulated by so many quantum physicists do not apply anymore. Once observation was done, and the result will only apply into the conventional science ever since. From this, there is an indisputable fact that our consciousness is effecting a result through our observation of our thoughts. Quantum observation and quantum entanglements are happening at every moment and are the result of the natural order of the universe. It is how things work on a subatomic level until someone observes it. We're seeing both the mainstream conventional science theories and quantum science theories happening in our everyday lives constantly, and that is the reason why we are so confused. To break this down and make it simple, you can see that everything that your eyes are seeing are fundamentally conventional science where the relativity theory applies. It is the 3D physical world of matter. However, when our consciousness shifts beyond that, we start to see things behaving differently and mysteriously. For example, we all think through our brain, which is a 3D physical matter made of neural tissue. In spite of this, the process of thinking is not associated with it, but rather our mind, which is the non-physical aspect of us. Our mind belongs to the non-corporeal part of our psyche that is the one thinking thoughts and weaving through the energetic field to manifest them into reality for us. We have our brain as a 3D matter, and we also have our mind as an energetic component of our consciousness. The brain is part of the 3D physical body, which is matter, and the mind belongs to the energetic body, which is energy. And for this reason, only quantum science confirms that we are both matter and energy at the same time, since conventional science does not agree with anything non-matter at the same time as matter. This also explains that prayers, energetic healings, remote viewing, Akashic record reading, channeling, and such can work because of the energy aspect which we are tapping into. If not otherwise, how can all this work since matter is matter and nothing can travel beyond the speed of light, which means where your eyes see, it cannot go further. Energy equals thought. So where energy is, information is. In quantum science, we are saying that information traveling at the speed of thought transcends the speed of light instantaneously. It means that thought is faster than light. This will explain all the unexplainable phenomena wherein mainstream science is not able to. The effects of energy where our consciousness is interacting with an invisible matrix all the time is undeniable. The moment we think something, we affect something on a quantum level into the matter world. We are somehow connected invisibly by an unseen matrix or web or whatever you want to describe it as. Only when you start to realize that there is this incomprehensible connection that we are connected to on a massive level, which we are not able to decipher if we are only using 3D perspectives to look at things. But when you are able to push your consciousness to break beyond the illusion, you will start to realize that there is this invisible web that is connecting all of us together. This shows that we are all one. This also justifies the fact that if we are not connected by this web, then how can energies be able to be transmitted via energetic healings or goodwill thoughts like prayers or remote viewing and such be able to travel across space and time? How can someone read from the Akashic record and be accurate in the intuitive readings if they are not tapping into something beyond matter, right? So to bring the topic back to quantum entanglement, this suggests that two particles, which is matter, being entangled, even if they are separated by a very large distance, they remain connected to each other, even at a distance of many light years apart. What does this have to do with karma? Think about this. If you believe in incarnations, or to be precise, reincarnations, then for the people that you have lived with or interacted with in previous lifetimes, there is a quantum entanglement effect going on. It's not a coincidence who you met this lifetime, like friends, colleagues, business partners, clients, or even your own family members. We are interacting on a scale at soul level where quantum entanglement is happening beyond Earth. With this understanding, if we are not able to avoid the entanglement going on with others, which essentially means a karmic link to others, then wouldn't it be of vital importance that we create a positive karmic result instead of the negative one? For example, if one of them unreasonably screamed and accused you of something which you did not do, could it be that in your previous lifetime, you did the same to this person, and through quantum entanglement, this karma was perhaps meant to be balanced by understanding the negative effects of such a behavior? And hence, isn't it important to use positive thinking to overcome this situation by applying understanding and acceptance through compassionate observation? The mind and the heart are in sync with the right intention to be understanding towards that person. Until this happens, the karmic link will continue to take place. But when we are able to apply the right intention with action, we are able to transcend the situation. This is so vital for us to know since we are interacting with so many people or situations in our daily life. If we are living in an ignorant state, we go on creating more trouble for ourselves, right? So why don't we start to be nice and apply all the right thoughts by creating positive intentions and actions in order to neutralize all the bad karma which we had collected over lifetimes, and eventually we will be able to start collecting good karmas for ourselves. We are also making a ripple of goodwill into the cosmos by spreading positivity into the universe. Stop adding on to the problem for humanity, but start to help by first observing our own thoughts and intentions with the right action to make the world a better place for all of us. We will eventually cause a positive quantum entanglement into the grand scheme of the universe.